October 14th, 2025. Beneath a heavy fog cloaking the Kryvyi Rih Bridge, a silent pact between Beijing and Moscow advances. A convoy of 250 trucks, flying Chinese diplomatic flags under the guise of humanitarian cooperation, rolls forward. But overhead, an American satellite captures the truth hidden within death. Concealed beneath crates of rice and medicine lie radar cores, drone microchips, and carbon fiber wings. $1.4 billion worth of weaponized deceit, bound for Russia's war machine. Miles away, deep underground, the Ukrainian Artificial Intelligence Command Center, SOVA-9, monitors everything. Its focus narrowed to one mission, Spectre. With clinical precision, SOVA-9 initiates the kill sequence. A swarm of kamikaze FPV drones, cheap, compact, and lethal, awakens. No words, no hesitation. Only coordinates and a single encrypted command. Attack. Now, 250 weapons trucks and their armed escorts were hurtling toward a storm they couldn't see. Can Russia's S-400 defenses and 3 Kasuka-4 jammers stop this wave of digital death? Or is this the night warfare changes forever? Let's find out. At exactly 3:42 a.m. on October 14th, 2025, under a thick fog over the Dnepro River, a convoy of 250 Chinese diplomatic trucks rolled across the Kryvyi Rih Bridge, a nearly 1.6-meter-long steel artery. The vehicles covered in banners reading Humanitarian Cooperation Mission looked anything but benign. Hidden beneath tarps of fuel and barrels of medicine were radar modules, microchips, and carbon fiber drone parts, critical components destined for Russia's defense network. Satellite surveillance from the U.S. Space Command tracked the activity for 2 days, confirming that Beijing had quietly approved the transfer of $1.4 billion worth of dual-use military equipment. Each container truck carried enough electronics to assemble 40 attack drones or 2 complete radar stations. For Moscow, it was salvation. For Kyiv, it was betrayal disguised as diplomacy. The convoy moved slowly, averaging just 18 mph. Inside the lead vehicle, a Russian liaison officer calmly smoked a cigarette, convinced that the escort of 2 S-400 anti-aircraft launchers and 3 Kryvyi electronic warfare trucks made the route impenetrable. No one would dare attack a diplomatic mission, he joked over the radio. His words were lost in the static. Under the bridge, hidden from all radar and patrol drones, 20 AI-guided explosives clung to the steel bars like barnacles. They had been placed there 5 days earlier by Ukrainian special forces disguised as construction divers. Each device cost less than $700, and together they had the power to wipe more than $2 billion in goods and people off the map. Above, the fog thickened. The truck headlights flickered in the mist like fireflies, bright, fragile, unaware. The bridge creaked under their weight, a faint metallic groan echoing across the dark river. And somewhere, deep beneath the steel in the silence, a small green diode flickered once, then went out. The trap had been triggered, 100 m away, beneath 165 ft of concrete and steel. The SOA-9 artificial, the Hidden Trap Intelligence Command Center, operates with silent precision. It is buried in an abandoned subway tunnel on the outskirts of Kyiv, a place where even GPS signals have disappeared. Inside, 20 Ukrainian analysts sit in atom blue light, their screens glowing with live satellite telemetry data and encrypted radio conversations from the Dnepro Bridge. Every heartbeat inside that bunker is synchronized to a single operation. Spectre, a top-secret AI SOVA-9 awakened system built with joint U.S. and British funding. It controls a fleet of 20 Kyiv FPV drones, disguised as broken maintenance equipment. Each weighs just 10 lb, but carries a 3 lb-shaped explosive warhead capable of cutting through 2 ft of reinforced concrete. At $600 each, the entire swarm cost less than $8,500, about the price of a Chinese soldier's rifle scope. But together, they were capable of destroying more than 200 million in military assets in a single "the bridge erupts" attack. For 72 hours, the drones lay dormant, powered by cryogenically melted micro-batteries designed to operate for 4 years without maintenance. Their mission was simple but terrifying. Wait for a single heavily encrypted packet from orbit. the equivalent of a sniper's trigger. At 4:12 a.m., one of the analysts, Lieutenant Melnick, noticed a change, a small spot on the thermal feed. The Chinese truck was slowing below 10 millimeter, halfway across the bridge. The tires, made of synthetic rubber, were failing from the sudden drop in temperature. That was exactly when the Sova-9 predicted it would hit, with a 94.3% probability. Target confirmed, the commander said, his voice calm, but his eyes focused. On the screen, red icons flashed in the correct order under the shadow of the convoy. When it reached 0, the colonel gave an order. A line of code flashed. Execute 7, waiting for satellite signal. Somewhere across the Dnipro River, 20 sleeping drones opened their eyes. Could 20 stealthy drones controlled by an AI system hidden deep underground in Kyiv really penetrate Russia's most formidable defense system? The world reacts the S-400. Or was Ukraine headed for disaster? Let me know what you think in the comments below. The night was silent except for the hum of diesel engines in the fog. At 4:38 a.m., a convoy of 250 Chinese diplomatic trucks crept toward the center of the Kryvyi Bridge. A massive steel monster built to withstand 90,000 tons of pressure. But that night, it would have to contend with something far beyond its weight: intelligence. Beneath the bridge, 20 AI-controlled drones awoke in unison. Their brushless motors buzzed, a distant swarm of metallic bees. Within seconds, they had split into 3 attack formations controlled not by humans, but by the Sova-9 artificial intelligence operating hundreds of miles away in Kyiv. Then the first crack in Russia's armor. Inside the S-400 command vehicle, Lieutenant Sergei Malenov, 27 years old and sleep-deprived, saw a flicker of movement on his radar. Nothing. A ghostly reflection. Electromagnetic dust. But fear drove him to recklessness. He switched from passive to active targeting, flooding the entire command post with high-frequency pulses. His screen emitted false echoes, hundreds of ghostly communications dancing across the screen. He panicked and launched 2 3-million 9Men 96 missiles into the fog and destroyed a $50 Ukrainian dummy transmitter hidden under a bridge. The explosion tore a fireball 30 FT into the air. Militarily pointless, psychologically disastrous. The illusion of control was gone. In seconds, chaos engulfed the convoy. Radio screamed, "Contact! Contact!" as drivers slammed on their brakes in panic. Trucks toppled like dominoes. 27 vehicles were crushed in the middle of the bridge. 34 soldiers died instantly, trapped in the warped steel and flames. The bridge became a fiery choke point, a perfect death zone. The Sova-9 was undeterred. It adapted. The remaining 19 drones dove under the girders, disappearing into the radar darkness. One turned on its X-band jammer, emitting a 1.5 kilon pulse that crippled Russian radars within a 3-kilometer radius. The screen went white. The command sensors blinked. That failure marked a signal. At 4:45 a.m., a single word appeared on Kyiv's screen: executed. 11 drones soared at 220 mph, slamming into the bridge's underside in 1.3 seconds.